time now for the Beer Chill 11 o'clock news on this late Sunday night, August 23rd, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. 11 o'clock news on this late Sunday night here. Our top story 11 o'clock here is Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker shakes hands as he announces he is running for the 2016 Republican presidential nomination at the Waukesha County Expo Center in Waukesha, Wisconsin. In Paris, Joseph, Spain, a gunman who attacked passengers on a high-speed train in France 2 days ago is found out having been taken for an Islamic militant and says he only intended to draw people on board because he was hungry. In Pyongyang, North Korea, at the marathon, negotiations by senior officials from the Korea reached into a third day on Monday. South Korea's president insisted that Pyongyang propaganda broadcast will continue unless North Korea apologizes. Militants from the Islamic State destroyed a temple in the ancient ruins of Palmyra, Syria. Activists and government officials said on Sunday continued pattern of destruction that they have visited upon historical sites across the territory. Florida State Attorney Jeff Ashton knows for his role as a prosecutor in the KCFD trial, admitted that he indulged curiosity by joining the National Medicine Cheat website. At least 11 people are highly likely to be dead after a plane crashed at a busy summit in England Road during an air show, police said on Sunday. In Beirut, Lebanon, Lebanese army units were deployed Sunday in central Beirut following violent street protests over garbage going uncollected. Tehran, Britain, opened its embassy in Tehran on Sunday and has signed a military relations in the wake of a landmark nuclear deal between Iran and world powers. In San Salvador, at least 14 inmates were killed when violent ramped between two factions of a notorious gang in El Salvador on Saturday, an official said. Washington, explosions that are still undetermined origin rocked the United States Army Source Depot near Tokyo, the Pentagon said on Sunday. Lori Thompson was sitting at her desk in the National Zoo's giant penthouse on Saturday night when she heard a noise from the video monitor showing Mai Zhang, who had just given birth as the National Zoo's twin peddlers, only a third said to be born in the U.S. Zoo. It was not all that surprising that a bunch of a few dozen topless women and a few men fought midtown Manhattan on Sunday afternoon would be attracted perhaps as the caucus bemused tourists, learned wolfers, and journalists passed by as signal quality not just topless marchers draw a crowd in Manhattan. In New Orleans, Louisiana State Police said a trooper was shot in the head and critically injured Sunday when he tried to arrest a driver suspected of being drugged in southwest Louisiana. Protesters swarmed hundreds of Planned Parenthood signs. In Hong Kong, global markets continued to plunge on Monday while stocks across Asia opened and sharply lower as investors concerned over China's slowdown are a sound view of a once favored emerging economies that rattled financial markets across the world. In Tokyo, Asian stocks dived to a 3-year lows on Monday as a rally the Chinese equities gather pace has seen an exodus from riskier assets and fears of a China-led global economic slowdown ruled world markets. In San Francisco, one hallmark of the current technology boom of a generation of startups valued at $1 billion more by investors. Since the first Republican presidential debate, Donald Trump has received more media attention on nightly news than the 16 realms combined. Comedian Tracy Morgan married his longtime partner Megan Wahlberg on Sunday night a little over a year after he was severely injured in a fatal car accident. Royal forests are making about 30% of the planet's total forest area. Ecosystem scholars say that they are being threatened by warmer temperatures brought under the climate change. With space missions expected to go Mars and beyond, but the mission shells will probably be survival astronauts, the U.S. Space Station trying to figure out the solution problem as they plan to turn human waste into food. Antarctic scientists have confirmed by the existence of cosmic neutrons, ghost particles that have traveled from Milky Way and beyond. A new study showed that people who die under the supervision of a medical professional are significantly more successful than those who are following the planet of their own. It was been predicted that Alzheimer's become an epidemic, but research provided covered by unveiled that would not turn out true, and dementia rates have been stabilized in the UK and other parts of Europe. If you're in Plains, Georgia, the Sunday school lesson was minimal when your burden goes heavy. Conference rape is but the best is created more powerful and personal message to me than usually because of who is limited to me as big crowd shows supported Jimmy Carter's first Bible lesson since catcher update. Peter Channel News Time is now 11:05. It is 10:30 for a travel report here on this late Sunday night here. And 95 minutes that website slow for the insurance switch from exit 10 all the way up to exit 9. From Route Coney Street all the way out to Route 1 here. Route 37 eastbound side. It is slow from 295 to 95 for the Crescent Warp stretch. To the end of the westbound side, a little slow around Route 146 to Worcester here. On Route 1 in the northbound side, an accident in Linfield around Route 120, so expect a few delays here. 93 to the southbound side, the 36 to Plaza, a little slow here. Main turnback spur from 95 to South Portland, a little slow here, but otherwise, smooth sailing coming on in this late Sunday night highways, byways in New England there. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on the MBTA alerts here. Commuter rail, it's looking good. Subway system, it's looking good, and the ferries are looking good here. Peter Channel News Time, 11:06, and it's set up for a weather report here on this late Sunday night here. 71 degrees on temperature overcast, guys. Here, not 90%. Humidity, wind speed available with 5 miles per hour. Barometer 20 by 96 inches. Doable about 68 degrees and visibility at 10 miles an hour here on this late Sunday night here. Anyway, our current conditions bad. In Reed here, 69 degrees. In Boston, 68. Worcester, 70 out in Providence, 73 in New Bedford, 72 in Falmouth, 73 in Buckeye, and Sanford, Hartford, and New Haven, 76 in New York City, 68 in Albany, 69 in Springfield. It's 67 degrees in Robert, 71 in Bennington, 73 in Vermont. It's 68 in Lebanon, New Hampshire, 78 in Keene, Hampshire, 68 in Jaffrey and Manchester and Wellcourt, Hampshire, 78 degrees in Concord and Nashua and Portsmouth, Hampshire, 69 degrees up in Port Maine. Here. Looking at the map shows the station from north south to Nevada, stretching to the floor. Quarter region, through the cold front from Texas, stretching up the entire mid-south region and around Ohio, and up in the northern Michigan and up in the Ontario area, merging in the pink front from western Ontario to low pressure around west central portions of Ontario and the southeastern central portions of Manitoba here. And you got a front boundary with a low pressure throughout Alberta and that for west central portion of Montana here, and a front boundary with a low pressure shift from southeastern portions of Nevada and that for western Arizona. And a front from north central portion of California for central portions of California, low pressure in north central California, east of San Francisco near Sacramento here. And we also got low pressure systems around northeastern central Oregon here, northwestern Nevada here, and southwestern Georgia to front from Georgia down for the western Carolinas here, and a low pressure ridge off the Carolina coast there. And a high pressure ridge from southern Saskatchewan down for the Plains States and the northern and central portions of the Rockies here, and 2 ridges of high pressure, one in southern Utah and another in eastern Pennsylvania here. 70 degrees at temperature in Detroit, 72 in Pittsburgh, 78 in Washington, D.C., 80 in Atlanta and Georgia, 85 in Miami, Florida, it's 85 in Brownsville, Texas, 92 in Dallas, Texas, it's 66 in Kansas City, and Minneapolis, St. Paul, 64 in Omaha, Nebraska, 71 in Chicago, Illinois, it is 77 degrees in Great Falls, Montana, Seattle, Washington, 67 in San Francisco, 78 degrees in Los Angeles, it's 102 degrees in Phoenix, 102 degrees in Las Vegas, 103 in Phoenix, 89 in Salt Lake City, 74 in Denver, and 82 degrees in Albuquerque, Mexico. Here. Okay, let us take a look at what is going on in the radar situation here around the region here. It shows to zoom you out a little closer here. And we're seeing a few spotty rain showers off Gloucester and Rockport off the Cape Ann region of northeastern Massachusetts here. And we're seeing some spotty rain showers on the Massachusetts Bay. While up north here, we're seeing some spotty heavy rain showers west of Old Town, Maine, stretched to the Moosehead Lake region of Maine. And some spotty rain showers here east of Bangor, Maine here. And some spotty rain showers in the southwestern portions of St. John's here. And a few spotty rain showers around Wheaton, Quebec here. And Apache rain showers here. And we're seeing some spotty rain showers around Liberty, Maine here. And some spotty rain showers in the southeastern portion of the Acadia National Park. And some spotty rain showers around Franklin, Maine here. Alright, looking at Radar around the country shows a line of rain showers and storms off the Nova Scotia coastline. Spotty rain showers around the southeastern portions of Newfoundland forming a line here, and a line of rain showers in the southeastern portions of Manitoba down for western Ontario, then the northeastern portions of Minnesota, northwestern Wisconsin here, and a line of showers and storms from east central Ontario, straightened in western Ontario, down for central Ohio here, and some spotty rain showers and storms from west central portions of North Carolina and the north central portions of South Carolina here, and a lot of rain showers and storms off the Delmarva Peninsula and the North Carolina coast here, and some spotty rain showers and storms from south central portions of Georgia here, and a lot of rain showers in the northeastern portions of Florida, and down for central and west central portions of Florida, and down for the Florida Gulf Coast here. Patchy rain showers off the Florida southern coast and around the Bahamas here. Patchy rain showers and storms from west central portions of Texas and stretching out of New Mexico, down to southeastern portions of Arizona, and down to the north central portions of Mexico, and some spotty patchy rain showers for western Utah and the south central portions of Colorado here. And a patchy rain showers in west central portions of Alberta here. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on in the satellite loop here, and it shows a lot of clouds coming in much of eastern Maine and coming in much of Canadian Maritimes here, and a lot of clouds coming in much of Manitoba and up Ontario, stretching up in the northern Great Lakes and down for Ohio here, and down north central portions of Kentucky here, and a lot of clouds from the Carolinas stretching down for southeastern Georgia, down for Florida here, and another line of clouds from north central Texas down for west Texas and coming in much of Arizona, Mexico, and down for Mexico, and some patchy clouds around Colorado and Utah and around Nevada, and up in the north central portion of California, and a line of clouds from western, southwestern Idaho down for eastern and west central portions of Oregon, and down for southwestern portions of Washington State, and patchy clouds around British coming in up into northern Alberta here. Patchy clouds in the north central portions of Saskatchewan here. Alright, this is the latest on Dana here, the 11 p.m. update here. 15.6 to the north, 59.8 to the west. Max is saying winds 40 miles an hour. Move it west at 15 miles an hour. As the storm's going to be weakened, as it's going to skirt the southwestern corner of Puerto Rico as a depression, and that's going to make landfall at the Dominican Republic about 8 p.m. as a tropical depression here. Alright, the latest public advisory here on Dana here. They pushed to the southern Leeward Islands here and changed it with its advisory. The tropical storm watch for Puerto Rico, Vieques, Clavera, and the U.S. Virgin Islands been discontinued. Summary watch warning is in effect. Tropical storm warning is in effect for Antigua, Barbuda, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, and the tropical storm watch is in effect for Saba and St. Eustatius and St. Martin for storm information specific to your area. Please monitor partner by National Meteorological Service here at 11 p.m. At 11 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, the settled tropical storm Denny was located near latitude 50.6 north, longitude 59 in the west. Denny is moving toward the west near 15 miles an hour, 24 kilometers an hour, and westward to the west-northwestern. Also expected to be over the next 48 hours. On the forecast track, the center will move over the southern Leeward Islands late tonight and early Monday and into the northeastern Caribbean Sea on Monday. And left the same winds out near 40 miles an hour, wind higher gusts. Weekend is forecasted during the next 48 hours, and then it is expected to become a tropical depression on Monday, and then we expect to become a moderate low Monday night and Tuesday here. Tropical force winds at hours up to 105 miles an hour, 165 kilometers to the northeast of the center, and the latest minimum central pressure is reported by an Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter aircraft at 1,009 millibar to 29.88 inches here. Wind tropical conditions are expected to wind in portions of the border area overnight and early Monday, and tropical storm conditions are possible elsewhere over the Leeward Islands from Guadeloupe to the northward overnight. Rainfall today is expected to be produced 2 to 4 inches of rain over the Leeward Islands of the United States and the British Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico 5 Thursday, Tuesday. Alright? The service number 1, shots and thunderstorms continue to show signs of organization and administration with a low pressure system located about midway between Africa and the Windward Islands as the environmental conditions are expected for additional development, and a tropical depression likely to form within the next day or two, while the waves move quickly westward around 20 miles an hour by late this week. Atmospheric conditions are expected to become less favorable for the tropical cyclone formation. Formation chance for 4 hours. High 7%. Formation chance for 5 days. High 8% here. And the service number 2, a tropical wave located about 200 miles east of the Cape Verde Islands, accompanied by distant showers and thunderstorms, and fog conditions are expected to be only marginally favorable for development, while the waves move gently westward over the tropical Atlantic Ocean at 15-20 miles per hour this week. Information chance for 4 hours. Low 0%. Information chance for 5 days. Low 20% here. And in Eastern Pacific, got 3 disturbances. Disturbance number 1, showers and thunderstorms are short and signs of an organization in association with a slow-moving, low-pressure system area located about 1450 miles southwest of about 7 tip of Baja California Peninsula. Environmental conditions are expected to be conducive for gradual development and the tropical pressure forming likely to form. In a few days, while the low moves northwest where it ran 10 miles an hour, formation chance for 4 hours. Medium 50%. Formation chance for 5 days. High 70% here. Day 2. Disturbance number 2. A large area of disorganized cloudy distant showers located several hundred miles southwest of the southern tip of the Baja California Peninsula is associated with a surface trough. Development of the system is likely since it's expected to be gradually losing its identity and merge with the disturbance through its west. The system should move northwestward and then west-northwestward at about 10 to 15 miles over the next few days. Information chance for wares. Low 10% formation chance for 5 days. Low 10% here. And day number 3, just tonight, showers and thunderstorms are located 700 miles south of the coast of the southwestern Mexico, associated with a tropical wave. As environmental conditions are expected to be conducive for gradual development and a tropical pressure is likely to form late this week. While the system moves westward and then westward-northwestward around 10 to 15 miles an hour. Formation chance for 4 hours. Low 10%. Formation chance for 5 days. High 8% here. Alright. Look at that forecast discussion around the region here on this Sunday night here. Evening low pressure will be well southeast and then technical will pass well to the east and then technical on Monday. Widely scattered showers are possible on Monday due to some weak low level convergence that approaching cold front will bring some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Tuesday evening is mainly dry seasonal weather falls. Wednesday for Saturday here and due to until 6 a.m. Monday morning 10:45 p.m. update. The showers in southern Connecticut have today about 10:45 p.m. A few showers lingered off the Massachusetts coast. The radar showed some light drizzle underneath the Massachusetts and otherwise expect another night of fog with low clouds and humid conditions in the overnight hours here. Okay, look at that. Wherever else here. Highs were in the 60s and 70s with 80 degrees of Providence and high in the 81 at 2nd and 83 at Martha's Vineyard and Bedford. Water temperature 70 degrees and visibly now 1 from the Upper Cape to Seacoast New Hampshire coastline here. Tomorrow will be a cloudy around the region with a chance of a pop-up shower. So maybe I'm going to say probably around a 10 to 20% chance. I'm going to go with 20% here. And rain chances Monday 20%, Tuesday 50%, and Wednesday, Thursday dry. And Newport Monday, Tuesday in the 60s, but Wednesday we're going to drop down to 60 and Thursday. Comfy ranges at 55 degrees and expect small highs around the region. 77 to 84 degrees here. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like this. Overnight, occasional drizzle before midnight, then occasional drizzle after 4 a.m. Areas of fog, most Alaska, low at 66 degrees of north wind. Monday, occasional drizzle with a slight chance of showers mainly before 8 a.m., then a slight chance of showers after 11 a.m. Areas of fog before today was most Alaska, high about 80 degrees of light variable wind, just based on 20%. Monday night, Petrobras after 11 p.m. was most Alaska, low at 66 degrees and summer about 5 miles by Kevin County after the evening here. Tuesday, chance of showers and thunderstorms possible after 11 a.m. Some storms produce every rain. Petrobras before today was mostly Alaska, high about 81 degrees and summer about 3 to 7 miles on the chance based on 40%. No rain for miles of less than 10 minutes chance of high miles possible thunderstorms here. Tuesday, chance of showers and thunderstorms, some storms produce every rain. Most of Alaska, low at 64 degrees and light south wind. Chance of patient 30%. Wednesday, slight chance of showers before 1 p.m. Mostly sunny. The podcast got high about 83, about 62 degrees, and chance patient 20%. Thursday, mostly sunny skies, high about 82, about 59 degrees. Friday, sunny, most coast got high about 80, about 58 degrees. Saturday, sunny, podcast got high about 83, about 61 degrees. And for Sunday, most of the sunny skies high about 84 degrees. Here, Peter's weather phrase of the night. A little drizzly and a cloudy day on tap tomorrow. Here. Peter Channel News Time, 11:19 approaching 11:20, and then it's time now for Sunday Night Sports Roundup on this late Sunday night, August 23rd, 2015. Peter is here. Let's start it off out at Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts, where the Boston Red Sox squared off against the AL's best. The Kansas City Royals here as the Red Sox took the first 2 games out of the Royals at Fenway Park before Kansas City takes the Saturday. And now, the 4th and final game of the series at Fenway Park here. As the Red Sox get off to a good start here in the bottom of In the bottom of the second inning here, as Jackie Bradley Jr. doubles on a line drive. The left fielder bends over that, scores. Spencer Castillo was 1-0 in favor of the Red Sox here. And then Josh Rutherford singles on a line drive to center field. Blue Reds okay, and Jackie Bradley Jr. scores 2-0 in favor of the Red Sox in the bottom of the second. But then, top of the third, Alcides Escobar out of the sacrifice fly. The left fielder Jackie Bradley Jr. that scores. Alex Rios West 2-1 in favor of the Red Sox in the top of the third. And then Kenny Mouse reaches on a fourth step, fielded here by second baseman Josh Rutherford, and Eric Cosman scores, and Kendrick Mouse to second base. Also thrown here by center fielder Buchabet, that scores Eduardo Rodriguez pitching, and it was tied at 2, and then Mike Moustakas doubles on a line drive to center fielder Buchabet, that scores Kendrick Morales, and it was 3-2 in favor of Royals at the top of the fourth. And then Mike Moustakas homers on a fly ball to the left field. It was 4-2 Royals at the top of the sixth. But then the Red Sox fought back here. David Ortiz out of the sacrifice fly. The left fielder Ben Zobrist and Pablo Sandoval scores 4-3 Royals up by 1. And then Rusty Castillo signaled out ground ball. The right fielder Alex Rios and Travis Shaw scores. Rusty Castillo out of second base to the pro. The right fielder Alex Rios to first base to Eric Cosman to Strosa. Alcides Escobar to first base to Eric Cosman to third base by Mike Moustakas. Tied 4-6 here. And then bottom of the seventh, Red Sox would grab the lead as Jackie Bradley Jr. doubles on a left ground ball to right fielder Alex Rios and scores right ahead again. 7th double season makes it 5-4 Red Sox. Then Pablo Sandoval singles out a soft ground ball to first base to Eric Cosman that scores Jackie Bradley Jr. and deflected by a pitcher Frank Morales with a 6-4 Red Sox. And that would stay that way until the top of the ninth. That's when Junichi Tazawa imploded here as Eric Cosman singles on a ground ball to left fielder Jackie Bradley Jr. that scores Drew Patera and Alcides Escobar gave it tied to 6 and the West came to third, and then Mike Moustakas provided the game winner for the Royals as he doubles on the line drive to center fielder Buchabet that scores Reds okay and Eric Cosmer, and Kendrick Morales out of the home on the throw. Center fielder Buchabet to second base for Josh Welters, the catcher Brandon Guinier is the Boston Red Sox fall to the Kansas City Royals 8-6 to gain a split of the 4-game series with the Royals here. Chris Young got the win, while Junichi Tazawa got the loss. And Wade Davis got the save here. If I were Trey Lugo, I would have had Junichi Tazawa pitching while I would have had a player in the bullpen. And if Tazawa got in trouble, I would have called phone and sent either Bobby Ross, because Junichi Tazawa is not, I know Junichi Tazawa is in the following shoes of Koji Yar, but he is not fit to be a closer here, and I'm expecting him to be Gene Machi to try to close serve for the Red Sox until Koji Yar gets back from his injury here. Yeah, next up the Red Sox will have a 3-game series starting tomorrow night at Chicago against the Chicago White Sox with Joe Kellerman of the Red Sox and just some inches on the mound for the Royals. Game time. It's 8:10 p.m. tomorrow out in Chicago, which is 7:10 p.m. their time here. Alright, let's take a look at some other scores around in the major leagues here on this late Sunday night here. In the top of the 8th, Pittsburgh Pirates are leading the San Francisco Giants 5-2. Cleveland Indians at the New York Yankees 4-3. Texas Rangers over the Detroit Tigers 4-2. Arizona Diamondbacks shut out the Cincinnati Reds 4-0 here. Philadelphia Phillies blanked the Miami Marlins 2-0. Washington Nationals over the Milwaukee Brewers 9-5. Minnesota Twins over the Baltimore Orioles final 12 4-3. Final 10 innings, Houston Nationals over the Los Angeles Dodgers 3-2. Chicago Cubs over the Atlanta Braves 9-3. Toronto Blue Jays stuck the Los Angeles Angels 12-5. Oakland Athletics over the Tampa Bay Rays 8-2. Seattle Mariners over the Chicago White Sox 8-6. New York Mets over the Colorado Rockies 8-1, and the St. Louis Cardinals over the San Diego Padres 10-3. The Pawtucket Red Sox fall to Lehigh Valley. Ira Pigs at McCoy 4-2 in 10 innings here. NFL preseason highlights here. The Pittsburgh Steelers over the Green Bay Packers 24-19 here. San Francisco 49ers over the Dallas Cowboys 23-6, and the Tennessee Titans over the St. Louis Rams 27-14 here. Alright, looking at WNBA scores here. Alright, looking at WNBA action here. Chicago Sky over the Washington Mystics 66-64. Los Angeles Sparks over the Syracuse Stars 9-59 here. Atlanta Dream over the Connecticut Sun 102-92. Indiana Fever to New York Liberty 80-79, and the Phoenix Mercury over the Minnesota Lynx 79-67 here. Okay, MLS action one game. LA Galaxy over the New York City Football Club 5-1 here. The Green Bay Packers got a double dose of bad news on Sunday. Not only they lost the game to the Seals, but a report that initial diagnosis of Jordy Nelson's injury is a torn ACL here. ESPN NFL both condemned comments made by ESPN NFL analyst Chris Carter in 2014 NFC Rookie Symposium when Carter talked to players about having a fault got in crew in the case the player got into trouble. Tony Stewart loaned to this plane and plants too. Stephen Wilson, a brother of injured IndyCar series driver Justin Wilson, so Wilson didn't get from Minneapolis to his brother's side at the Pennsylvania Hospital Sunday night. Dave Slott III's long victory draft is over. Tiger Woods will have to wait a while to get another chance as Love won the Wyndham Championship on Sunday to become the third oldest winner in the PGA Tour history, while Woods' season came to an abrupt end. In Santa Clara, California, long black hair swinging from his helmet, 303-pound defensive lineman Mac Patel intercepted the ball and pass and returned it 37 yards. The touchdown helped the 49ers beat the Dallas Cowboys 23-6. After Jorge Posada was honored by the Yankees on Saturday, his former teammate Andy Pettit had his number 46 retired the plaque unveiled in Monument Park before Sunday's game against the Cleveland Indians. There, Columbus, Ohio, it won't officially kick off the season for another 2 weeks, but the state football team in 2015 has already made history as the first and number one preseason ranking here. The men and women widely regarded as the greatest male and female tennis competitors of all time played back-to-back matches in the singles finals of the Western Summit Open in Cincinnati here. As Serena Williams and Roger Federer entered U.S. Open on high notes. Cedar Springs, New York, to take the Midsummer Derby seriously here in this little Norristown so afternoon on Sunday when track announcer Larry Columbus apparently said, race scores knew that Bob breaks the official as American Pharaoh Allies anxiety. The veteran defenseman Christian Ehrhoff agreed a one-year contract with the Los Angeles Kings that the club confirmed the signing Sunday without disclosing financial terms. What was supposed to be an event to fire up the faithful of the coveted season as scheduled and embarrassed by the USC football coach Steve Sarkisian as he apologized after using expletive and slurred words. On Saturday, champion Beholder answered all the questions that she could beat the boards, and she did it in emphatic way as he became the first Philly to win the Grade 1 Pacific Classic. Usain Bolt of Jamaica celebrates after winning gold in a men's 100 meter final during day 2 of the 15th NIAAF World Athletics Championship Beijing 2015 at Beijing National Stadium on August 23, 2015 in Beijing, China. What a homestand when the Red Sox have at Fenway Park. On August 14th, they were just another last place team searching for the breakup dinner in Cleveland. And suddenly, Dave Dombrowski has Red Sox in the toes here. And that's going to be it for Sports Roundup at 11 o'clock news, and it's late Sunday night, August 23rd, 2015 on Peter Channel. I'm Peter. Say have a good night. See you tomorrow morning here. Good night.